Good evening, beautiful people. Let me go ahead and set the stage, man. In order to take accountability for what has passed and what will be, there's no time like presently. So, for all of those with mouths and ears, can we have a moment of your time? We want to gain some perspective. Can we have a piece of your mind? What's going on,
Up,
gentlemen?
you doing?
Man,
Yep.
another beautiful week, man. It's another productive week. I guess as long as I get to be productive, it's a beautiful week.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Productive is the word.
Yeah, you know what? Heck, the production isn't like every day of the week. You know what I mean? Some days like I guess like yesterday or today, like I didn't really get to any website building. That's supposed to be my focus for the next 4 weeks, but I didn't really get to any. I think I've come to a decision, and then now it's just like I'm waiting for a weekday to talk to my web building people to see if they can do something for me. Like you know what I mean? So I kind of I don't know. Like I took the day off today. I already told you, Hector, but I decided to try something new on Chat GPT. See what like writing a story is like with Chat, and it's
Yep.
just like a I don't know. It's like a in a sense, it's like a rough draft. Like it was the idea I had, so I said, let me see what kind of conversation I could have with Chat GPT, man. See if it could build me something. So far, I like what I see. So maybe I'll start a side project for when I have downtime like this. But it
Yeah.
overall, it's been a pretty good productive week on my end, man.
I like that. Yeah, I'd agree, man. My week has been productive, so I was telling you, that prototype thing I was working on, man, I finally got the package in the mail, so it's off to Tokyo. We'll see.
Okay.
I felt pretty good about that. I felt good building it. I felt good in the refining stages of it, and I feel good about having sent it off, not knowing how the universe is going to receive me, but it's out there. That makes me
Yeah.
feel really good. Um, Getting ready to have my coaches meeting this coming week for the league I'm in, so I'm really looking forward to that, man, for sure. Like that, it's a different experience, because all the other coaching I've done, I never really had to sit and talk with the other coaches. There was never anything we needed to be on par with.
Oh, that just
Um,
lets you know how serious this league is, huh?
yeah, it's a little
A
bit
little
more.
more
It's a little bit
serious.
more. And I respect that, and I welcome it. I actually, I'm really excited for that. So that's coming up. But a lot of this past week, man, Pharrell has been it's been relaxing. It's been a little productive, but it's also been a little relaxing. Like I haven't really busted my ass to do too much, man. I'd stay in bed on the weekends for an extra 30 minutes to an hour, instead of shooting up as soon as my eyes open. Like I've been relaxing and just kind of chilling, man. It's been feeling good. It's been feeling like my body's needed it because yeah, I feel like I've been having good energy for the last 4 days or so, and it's nice, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to what's coming too, for sure. Like there's a lot of things coming up that are kind of in the works that I've been working on that are getting ready to kind of move into a next stage. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to all that shit, man.
Hey, what's going on with you, B man? You know
Yeah,
what? I'm sorry, my fault, my fault. Hector, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next too. You already know though, right? You know what? I
Oh
feel like
yeah,
because
hell
we talked behind the scene, I almost just kind of glazed over that. My
yeah.
fault, bro. But now
No, you good, bro.
I'm excited about that whole move, man. I
Oh
honestly
yeah.
can't wait to see what happens with it, man. I really
Man,
can't.
yeah, you're gonna be one of the first ones to know what's up when it happens, man, for
Word,
sure.
man. Mm-hmm. B, what's
So what
going
up
on,
with you,
man?
B?
Oh yeah, it's been a good week for me as well. I've learned of some new like growth and expansion opportunities for our business. The one that I'm involved with the kids club, so
Hmm.
that's always good. Like to go over some of the inner workings and just like be able to bend the ear of your partners and just to you get some information and brainstorm. You know, I was hanging out with my buddy Josh the other day, and he was telling me about you know just like the progress on like the move that we're going to be making with one of our upcoming projects, and then just new opportunities that are presenting themselves within the next year or so. So That's always exciting to hear. And aside from that, I've been just like doing my daily thing. I've been kind of hooked on. I've been kind of hooked on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as of
Ooh,
late. I've been
is it
playing a
any
lot.
good?
Oh yeah, that game is great, bro.
Yeah. Oh
Like
man,
I,
shit.
I,
yeah,
I
if you
right
grew up
now,
in the '90s,
right now, game is a spectator sport for me. But I'm watching Brian play, man. It's very nostalgic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Oh man.
you you know what? Freaking Final Fantasies. I felt it wasn't Final. It could have been Final Fantasy. I feel like it was the start for me that really got me addicted to RPGs. Though I might have played a few before that, but it was definitely Final Fantasy that was the hook. Grab
Yeah.
me,
No,
bro.
I
yeah,
agree. I
yeah,
agree.
yeah, same right here. Final Fantasy VII that kind of opened me up to the world
Mhm.
of RPGs back in the late '90s on the PlayStation 1. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
Yep.
for
Yep.
them to finally like bring it back the way they did, it was great. Like Final Fantasy VII remake came out, I think in 2020, which pretty much got me back into gaming
Yeah.
because for a while I wasn't really playing games like that, and everything had shut down because of the pandemic, and I heard about this Final Fantasy VII remake coming out, and I was excited. I was like, all right, let's do it, let's play it. So like I had like zero interruptions, aside from I had a newborn at the time,
Yep.
um, you know, taking breaks to, tend to the baby. Other than that, like I was able to like play through the entire game with very minimal interruption. And like it got me wanting to play more games again. I was like, damn, I thought I kicked it. And Final Fantasy
Hey,
VII brought me
you,
right
you,
back in there. And
you always kick it till you get a little taste, man.
mhm.
That's how it goes, man. With me and soda, with me and Oreos, man. Don't bring it in the house. Don't bring it
Oh,
here, man. Because
ooh,
then I'll be on. I
yeah.
get one can and then I'll be on a whole kick. Somebody buy me a 12 pack, and then when that's done, buy me another 12 pack. Then I might be able to like wean myself off. But I have to go through the
Yep.
cycle. I have to go through the cycle once it starts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, it's a terrible
That's
thing.
real.
But that's why I keep it out. That's why I keep it away from me. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up since Brian brought up gaming, man. I honestly can't wait for him to start streaming online. Hector. You got to see this guy when he playing the game. Like his reactions are freaking like they're so freaking real. Like they're so
Yeah.
organic. Like he be playing this court case game, and like they'll find out like they'll get the judge will give a verdict, and he'll be like mad excited, like what I knew it. Like you know what I mean? Like it'll be
Uh,
crazy. I'm gonna punch him in his face. But yeah, he be his reactions it be taking me. So I'm like, I know somebody gonna love you online, bro. Know they
that's
gonna love you
fun.
up there. So
Yeah.
I can't wait till Brian make that next step, man. He doing a lot of little. Brian ain't talking about all his moves, man. Brian been making a little bit of moves, even gearing towards that, man. He went and got him a little green screen. He planning on punting behind him. Look, now he
Okay.
down there. Like Keyshawn down there now. He got like a little green screen. He been testing cameras. He been trying out his thing. So Brian's been making a lot of moves, man. Maybe he's not
That's
even
dope.
taking notice to the moves he
Yeah,
making, but
I've been slowly building towards that as well, for sure.
That's
You
yeah,
cool.
know,
yeah,
I just got my stand for the green screen in the mail today, so I'm gonna be testing it out. Real, well, I guess tonight after we're done here, testing a little different backgrounds and things I can create. So that's gonna be fun.
Nice. That's
now,
cool. I
yeah,
did a little bit of Twitch streaming back in the day, man, and I would do things like God of War. That's another RPG. That's another one of my
Oh yeah,
favorites. Along the side of the Final Fantasy series, and I would play on hard mode, and I'd do that. I'd play that one for a little while, and then I would do some Rocket League, and yeah, I learned that like the best thing you can do is just be consistent, just show up and just have fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Like even if it gets frustrating, the more fun you're having, people love that shit because they're invested in it. Because like Frankie said, it's a spectator sport for some people. Like you really want to play, but you don't have the time to allocate that. But they align with you. They love how you look. They like how you sound. All your genuine emotion, and so they're gonna watch it, man. And it's a lot of fun doing that shit. Like
yeah,
I wish I
man.
would have stayed a little bit more consistent with it because yeah, that's something that it was just a fun experience to do, man.
Yeah, you know what? the consistency goes right hand in hand with showing up. Like if you're in any kind of business, it don't matter what you put yourself out there for. Like you can grow in anything if you're being consistent. You're consistently showing up if you're consistently showing up for yourself, the customers will start to feel that, and they'll know you'll consistently show up for them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like relationship building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you say to them, yo, every day I'm here on Saturday from 3 to 6. You know what I mean? Maybe they might not. Maybe a Saturday might come, two or three of them might come, and they might not catch you. But then when they go back there and they see you up there the fourth weekend, like, yo, I'm glad he's still here. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
you cause an effect with consistency, man. And showing up is just it's just like a powerful thing for you to do if you're trying to get into anything, any kind of business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Oh
just
yeah.
that's how you build that trust, man. Yo,
Yeah,
you
I'm,
know
I'm
what?
gonna have to look into this Final Fantasy though, man. I love that
Yeah,
game,
yo,
and like
you would love it.
I
You
was
would love it,
always,
Hector.
I probably would, because I also played the remake, and the remake was cool. It was fun. There were a lot of things in the remake that I was looking for from the original that weren't there, that broke my heart. Like that whole section where what's that town you go to, the big casino place, and you start doing the Chocobo
Oh,
races and all that.
the gold saucer. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's in
yeah.
this one.
Oh man, it
Like
wasn't
a
in
lot
the
of those mini
remake, and it.
games. Yeah, a lot of those mini games are in this one, Rebirth. So you
Yep.
go to gold
Oh
saucer. They
man.
got like the motorcycle mini
You're gonna like
game.
how they
Yep.
You
you're gonna
got
like
like
how
a
they
mini
revamped them
crawler.
too.
Yeah, they put Fort Condor back in there. They
Oh
got
my
this
gosh.
they added a new game, a card game called Queen's Blood, which is that game is dope.
Okay.
You'll like that game too. So like they
Okay.
definitely packed a lot of stuff into Rebirth. Real fun.
That's dope, man. Yeah, that's a throwback, man. That was I can't even remember if that was the first RPG game that ever really got me like hooked on any of them all, but it was definitely one of the ones that made the most noise.
Mm-hmm.
That turn-based combat was different, man, and I loved it because like it really gave you an idea of how to plan your next. Like a lot of planning went into that, and it was kind of cool. Like
Yeah, you
made
get to
it fun and
strategize.
approachable. Yeah.
Yeah, it used to make the battles a lot fun. Like I would try to pick out my strategy, work it, and then like sometimes I might win like with this much HP left.
Yeah. Right.
And that used to make it like that much more exciting. Like skin in your
Oh
teeth,
yeah.
like just made it.
Gosh. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It might have to happen, man. It's been a minute since I played an RPG. I
Hey
need to get
man, listen, bro.
one.
I say do it right after you done with your coaching, man. Why not, man? You've been putting yourself out there,
Hey.
heck, man. So when you get a break, man, take a break and enjoy all of it, man. Because breaks are necessary too.
Yeah,
That
you're
breaks are
right.
necessary in life. Period. I ain't even gonna talk about away from work. I ain't gonna talk about away from the kid. Breaks are necessary, man. You know what I
No,
mean?
that's
My
true.
quiet place is my favorite place. I feel like I'm on a break when I'm in here. You know
Word.
what I
I
mean?
like that. I
Um,
like that.
Other exciting things that been going on with B2 around this house is we actually took the a room, that extra room we had in here. Me and Brian went through it. We cleared it out. We got rid of like stuff, and we made space for our nephew. Like we it's our nephew's space. Like and I would like to see it, view it as like his creative space, his chill space. You know what I mean? We set up a little TV for him, and we didn't even get a big TV. We got a little TV, so if you want to sit down on the couch and turn the TV to him, he could do that. If he wants to totally ignore the TV and go over and play by the little buck, by his toys, he can do that. So it's like we created like little spaces. I'm pretty sure it probably feels like his daycare to him in there a little bit. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
me and Brian were talking about like this is the cool part too. Heck, Brian and I were strategizing about like how we're gonna get him to get used to that space, right? We're like, we're gonna take him down there. We'll sit down there with him, throw the ball with him, play with him, whatever, like in that space, so he get used to that space. Heck, we ain't even have to do that, bro. This dude be chilling. He be chilling in there, yo. He love that little space already, man.
That's
Yeah,
And
he'll go
dope.
run in there, grab the remote, or he'll sit at his little table. I got this little table for him. It's perfect for his size. With a couple little chairs.
yeah,
So,
Oh, that's
he's
cool,
enjoying the
man.
space already. And, we're going to make more little additions to it,
Mm.
So it'll be more like, but I'm glad he's already starting to utilize the space. So,
yeah,
all in due time,
Yeah,
it's
that's
going to be his little hangout.
yeah, yo, and some of the more positive moves on the smaller aspect people probably don't think about is we decluttered. Like the stuff we knew he
Mhm.
didn't play with. It's
Yeah,
like,
that
why
too.
is it here at this point? You know what I mean? He like his
Right.
toy
Yeah.
swords, but let's keep the toy swords. He like some of his teddy bears. Let's keep those ones. Like, but all the other stuff, like, let's get it out because we can make room for something else, such as that table Brian, found and put in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? And so,
Oh
and
yeah.
and again, we're still thinking of like little ideas. We want to create I think we're gonna get like a little bookshelf, put a couple of books up there, get a little mat that's just a circle size. We could sit
Yeah,
down
buy
and do
some
reading
books.
time or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We could sit
Mm-hmm.
down and do reading time. So that was
Yeah,
one of the
do
most
little
exciting
puzzles
things
and
of the
stuff
week,
like that.
honestly, even for me. You know what I mean, Uncle.
Nah, that's
Definitely.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, man. So I'm gonna get real vulnerable real quick with that one, man, because y'all know my situation. Growing up, where I did, we had the 1 bedroom. I didn't have that quiet, private space, and I went most of my life never really feeling like I had a place where I could just do me. I could decorate it. I could put what I would give myself like a small corner of an apartment or a home, and then that was it. I would live in there, and I would keep that well, and I would just be as minimal as I could be, as invisible as I could be. And it wasn't really until I moved into this home I'm in now, man, where I really started letting that shit go. And started, hey, that picture looks nice. I'm gonna hang it up on the wall. Or, hey, this piece looks nice. I'm gonna put it over here somewhere, or
Yeah,
I'm gonna
can I ask you a question, bro?
yeah, go for it.
Right on the topic. So, how
Do it.
long have you been living there?
So we've been living in this place. It's getting ready to go on 4 years.
And it was just like in the past year where you started like opening up and putting those things up and stuff, right? Yo,
Yeah,
heck, man,
honestly, yeah, man. I did it to myself, really, bro. Like,
bro,
I don't
that's
know,
a
man. I don't
testament.
know.
Minimalistic is what some people aim to be, but I mean,
Mm,
that's a testament to human nature, bro. That's a testament to us as humans, bro. You were so used to being that minimalistic, you didn't even
yeah.
think about like starting to this all this space is mine now. Like, wait a minute.
No, it really is.
Wait a minute, I can do what I want up in here.
Yep, yep.
Set up the
No,
music
yeah,
space over there. I want a goddamn computer, computer right here. Like, put up a poster there, yo. It's a
yep.
beautiful thing when you have space, bro. It's a beautiful thing when you have space, and then it's even more beautiful when you're utilizing it for a purpose,
Mhm.
like other than just like the typical ones, man. What's crazy, bro? I feel like a lot of us are still living in these times like it was 1999 or something, like 1990 or something. Even before then, like the home is still set up like the same. Like most people home are still set up in the same like old traditional manner. Like
Mm,
some people still have a dining room. Some people still have and most people that have dining rooms, they barely ever use the dining room. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
At this
yeah.
point, it's like, yo, if I got the extra room, bro, that's my gym room. That's my I'm doing something else in it. We're gonna make a dojo. You know what I mean? If I'm planning on going golfing in a few months, we're gonna set it up so I get a few swings off. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Right, right.
I'm
Yeah,
all for
man.
the repurposing nowadays, bro.
And that's
I'm
that's
sorry,
that's what
bro.
I'm saying. No, you good. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Because like that, repurposing something to let someone else kind of have some space to be who they want to be. Let them have that journey of self discovery. Man, that is so critical. That's so necessary. And I only wish that I had that sooner, but I'm still happy I have it. So the fact that you guys, are working together to make sure that that happens for him is, that's dope, y'all. Like that's cool, man. Because that's the kind of shit he's gonna remember. Growing up, he's gonna remember. Man, I had a place to be me. I'm allowed to be me. I'm allowed to do what makes me feel good, kind of shit. And that's gonna create a really healthy adult, man. So y'all are setting him
Yeah,
up
that's
really
the
good,
aim,
man. And
man.
then the fact that y'all are having
That's
fun
the
doing
aim.
it too, bro. That's big ups, man. To y'all. That's
Yeah, yo, that's the
that's
aim,
cool,
man.
man.
That's the
Oh
aim.
yeah.
I have some of the realest conversations with my youngest son at the oddest times. Like the other day, he was late for school. He was late for school. We had like the realest conversation, right? And I go to him after. You should have seen the confusion on his face. It was a setup. I set him up, heck, right? I said, yo, Dylan, you're not about to understand what I'm about to say, man. But I wish I could have been a better father to you. He said, what? He said, Dad, you sound crazy. Like, what are you talking about? And, I just kind of further explained to him, like, yo, honestly, I wish I knew how to iterate life better to you at a younger age. I wish
Mm,
I knew what I know now back when I had you. You get what I'm saying? Because it was just came like in that moment. It just came to me like, yo, the parenting is never over, unless I mean, unless unless some people lost your child or something like that. Parenting is never over. You know what I'm saying? Even
mm,
after my kids hit an age and they're ready to take off on their own, parenting is never over because what life really is, to me, this is my opinion. Life as a parent, me being a father, is equivalent to a guy who's been, I don't know, playing Halo for 20 years, right? And then these
mm.
guys come in at level 1. My child come in at level 1. I'm already at level 20. I say, yo, instead of let him venture out into the world by himself and figuring out, I say, hey, yo, I've been doing this for like 20 years already, dog. Like, let me take you under my wings. I'm gonna teach you what I know, and ultimately putting them ahead. You get what I'm saying by doing that?
Yeah. Yep.
Just guiding them a little bit. Yo, I've been living life for 20 years. You know what I mean? I am now your life partner, bro. You know what I mean? Aside from your father, I am like your first mentor. I'm your first teacher, bro. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be watching you when your other teachers ain't watching you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like your whole life. So me and him end up having a really real conversation, man, and I enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And I actually like that. Me and we connect like that from time to time. And that brings me to one thing I wanted to talk about today, right? I'm gonna call it the dividends of raising good children, right? We're gonna call it the dividends of raising good children, right? So
Okay.
I'm gonna share something with you guys. I'm not a fan I am not a fan of going to report card conferences, teacher conference, parent student. I'm not a fan of none of that. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I think that's more so like maybe like the rebel in me. I just don't like being like, yeah, like somebody telling me like, hey, come do this at this time. Like I don't like like unless I set up and I don't mind being here. Don't tell me what to do. Okay. But I can say every time I go, I always leave feeling good. I have to force myself sometimes to go. You know what I mean? But I go, and then I always end up leaving feeling good. And it's not because of my kids' grades. You know what I mean? Per se, it's not. It's because when the teachers share with me about my kids and who they are and how they feel about my kids, yo, like it's usually with a lot of like happy energy. You know what I mean? They're
Mm,
excited to say like, "Yo, I love your son is an energy in here. I love having your kid in here." Like, you know what I mean? Because
mm,
if it's anything I focus on with my boys is them being decent young men. Like, you know what I mean? It's tough. I know
mm.
it's tough in there. I've been to I've been to school with some of these animals. Some of them are my friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but you know what I mean? You don't like you can still make it through high school, middle school, life, and not turn into anything other than who you want to be. What speaks to you? You know what I'm saying? So the dividends of having good children, man, is that like I get good feedback. That junk feels good. You know what I mean? Hector always
Mm,
talk about it feeling good to feel good. It feels good.
yeah.
Like I get some good energy from that. I walk out feeling good. You know what I mean? They're happy to share it. I'm happy to receive it. Everybody's happy now. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
I had my other son now, right? And again, Hector, I'm always in the air. I'm always trying something. Like again, I'm a self scientist and I'm a scientist with my kids, right? You know what I mean?
Mm,
I think when they were like 13 or 14, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just get them a green light card and we're gonna start an allowance and I'm gonna tell them to save 10%. And it didn't look like nothing, you know what I mean? Putting away $10 or whatever, like it didn't really look like nothing to them, but they were doing it and they made a habit of doing it. And when they weren't doing it, well, I took the job over from them. Like, all right, I'm gonna ration it out. You gonna get $15 and the rest gonna go in your bank. You know what I mean? And doing those little things, yo, I got to see my older son now. My older son saved up for his own car. He ain't even got his license yet, but he went and brought himself a car. He saved up his own money. Hector, it's like that's a reward to me because when I decided to do that, Hector, I didn't know what was gonna come of this. I was just like, yo, I want my kids to be better than me than I was. You know
right.
what I mean? I want them to know a little more, and I tried
Mm,
something. and it like to see it pay off, it feels good, and then it keeps paying off. Hector, I'm still collecting dividends, not even just the
Dividends
energy
on
and
it.
physical items now. My
Yep.
older son, I had a conversation with both of my boys about like entry level jobs. Like, yo, they're a dime a dozen, bro. You can find them anywhere. It's not easy to get. It's not easy to get them. All you gotta do is make sure you wear a suit and tie, put a smile on your face, and tell them something happy about you. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't even do that much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Showing up on
Yeah.
time. A lot of people don't even do that much. You don't got a lot of competition. So I always tell them like, yo, check out the atmosphere. Fill out the atmosphere. Go. You don't even have to work there yet. But if you go there and you see the people working there look angry, the people that shop there look angry, like, you know what I mean? It's confrontation. Then that might not be the atmosphere for you. You know what I mean? You get to see
Nope.
what they're wearing, like how the management's treating each other. So that's one of the things I told my kids to focus on when they started job hunting. My older son said, "Yo, I want to work at Starbucks." I was like, "All right, bet." He went and found him a job at Starbucks. And guess what, Hector? They love him at Starbucks. The
That's
dividends of
cool.
good children. I went to Starbucks this morning, Hector. I was gonna go spend $7 for a coffee. I ain't supposed to be doing that. But I was gonna go spend $7 for a coffee. I got to the window. Yo, your Jair's dad? I said, yeah, that's my son. They said, yo, we love him. And I ended up having a whole good conversation with the girl. Then she said, "Oh, don't even worry about the coffee. You family. You like
What?
you."
Okay.
I'm like, just from having a good kid,
That's a
like,
good and a bad
yeah.
thing, bro. Because you ain't supposed to be having that coffee, Frank. Not for free either. No?
Hey man, if it's I don't feel as bad because it was free. I didn't spend no money for it. Okay,
Yeah.
she
You
brightened up
gotta be
my day for
careful with
sure.
that.
Okay.
No, that's dope. I agree
Right.
with that 100%, bro. Like the dividends of it, man. Because we've been through it. All three of us sitting here and everybody watching, we've been through it. We've had our ups and downs and shit. That's just the nature of life. But like I agree with you 100%, man. That I want to take what I've learned and be able to kind of prepare him a little bit better. So when I was his age, I never had conversations in depth about philosophy and life and things like that. And every now and then my son will have that with me. And just last weekend, um, we're driving and he asked me, hey, can we drive with the windows down on the highway? I'm like, all right, well, yeah, let's do it,
Yeah.
Drove with the windows down. And we sat in silence, listening to everything, all the noises, the cars going past, the tires on the road, the wind coming in, all of it. And then we got a little closer to where we were going. I rolled up the windows and we started talking about that experience. And I was like, man, it's crazy, hearing that clash of the wind and the cars and everything trying to make space for itself. And, everything's out there in a sense competing with one another for existence. And he hit me with the most profound thing. He was just like, he's like, yeah, while they were competing, but they were also living harmoniously. He was like, it was a perfect balance because the wind is where it's at and the cars were fighting through the wind. But it made a cool, swift sound, like, it's accepting that the vehicles are all passing, the tires are dancing on the road. And I'm thinking about it like, oh shit, like, he's thinking about it in a much more elegant way than I was, because I'm so used to
Yeah.
driving on the road and it is another thing. But he came and hit me with, there's some beauty behind it and there's something different going on, but it's cool to acknowledge and respect that. And bro, I was just like, what? Like, I love that shit, man.
Hey
Because
man, what is this podcast about? Perspective, bro? You shared a perspective with your kid, and he gave you a different one.
a
That's
whole
beautiful, man.
different one. Yo,
That's
and we went
beautiful,
on
man.
that and we went talking on that for like at least another 5 or 10 minutes on just that, what it is to coexist, what it is to be in a place where others are, you got this community around you. It's a shared space. You got to work with that. Like it went into a whole thing, bro. And it was really cool. Cause like, I didn't have that growing up. And so I wanted that for me. And so I'm giving it to him and he reciprocated and he gave me something so beautiful, bro. And it's just like, this is the move. This is how we're going to do this, man. Like I'm willing to have these conversations, watch him grow, see him develop mentally. That's the best, man. Like just see how he approaches things, his relationships with people and like all that shit is just, it's an exciting thing to do, man. Like that's kind of the most exciting thing as a parent, man, is
Yeah.
like you seeing how I've raised a good child, man. Like, and seeing what he's doing with himself, how he's growing, how he's learning like that. That shit
Yeah.
is fun, man.
Yo, and
It really
it's
pays
dope
off.
enough. It's dope enough just to see it too, right? It's
Mhm.
like dope enough just to see the growth, right? But the whole dividend thing I was thinking about, right? It made me think of like Brian, what's that basketball player? Those basketball kids. Well, I can't call them kids, but like Lonzo Ball and them, right? Huh?
Yeah, Lonzo,
So
LaMelo, and LiAngelo.
yeah, I know one of them. I heard one of them killing it right now too. The youngest one?
LaMelo,
Yeah.
I think he's on the Hornets.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I've been hearing one of their names buzzing around, but their father, right? And I could imagine that their father must have been like a father that was at all the games and making sure he's paying money to go, to get them to go play basketball and making sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. Who knows? Maybe he was even coaching them. Whatever the case may be, he was around for them and he was making sure they got to these things, right?
Mhm.
So I know there was a lot of people making noise about Lonzo Ball father, like trying to sell sneakers off of his son or whatever. But like, yo, like I don't see what if you can make it happen, make it happen. As long as you ain't robbing a kid, like right. If you can make it happen, make it happen. This is what we've been doing all of this for. You know how many people don't have this opportunity? You know how many fathers don't have the opportunity to sell a sneaker with their son name on it? Hey yo, get the Dylan Francis dog. He make you jump higher. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many fathers don't get to do that? Wish they could. Yeah, it got to be an
Listen,
exciting thing, man. Any father, the fathers that bring their kids into boxing, especially if the kids like it too. You bring your kids to boxing, you bring your kids to any kind of sport, basketball, whatever. Like,
mhm.
yo, it's supposed to pay some kind of dividends, man. You're doing your best to put out there a good human being, someone who's not ripping and running the street, they ripping and running the court. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah,
You put
yeah,
yourself in a position, man. Take the opportunity. That's how I feel.
yeah.
Shit.
Shit, big shout out to all the dads actually doing something, trying, being active in their kids' lives, man. It's a bunch of them. It's a bunch of us, because I'm one of them that didn't have father around. But yo, to all those that have fathers that's doing that, that's cool, man. Like that's why I'm at where I'm at, man. With coaching my kid, making sure he's got his interests and all that peaked, and he's got experiences too, man. He's played
Hector,
guitar. He's been in coding club. He's doing sports. Like hell yeah, man. That's I'm investing in my kid, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to invest in your child, man. They're supposed to have a better life. That whole thing with Joy, Frank. What is it? The ceiling being our
ceilings and
ceiling.
floors, ceilings and
Yeah,
floors.
I'm trying to push it as high as I can for him, man. Like, absolutely, bro. Take a look at the world from way up there. Not from down here, man. Down here, it'll humble you, but let's get up there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I want my
Yeah,
son to be okay, and you got to
yeah.
invest it now. So,
Hey,
yeah, going back to what y'all was talking about with creating that room, man. That I expect to see pictures. I expect to see development on that, man. Like I want to see this room, bro, for real. Like see what you guys are making,
hey,
because it's dope.
yeah, man. We could jump up we could jump up on Mid Journey and make the first picture right now. How Hector?
Hey, we could do, yeah. Put a picture right up in there for him. I
For
got a
real,
cool
yo.
one. While we were doing this, man, having this conversation, I already thought of a prompt that I made, and I'm kind of happy with it. It's real simple, but it's cute at the same time, man.
Are we doing that for Mind That Matters?
Yeah,
Hey, hey,
hey.
from Mind That Matters, guys. From our heads to your eyes, no need to visualize. Mid Journey will share exactly what's on our mind. And with that, it is time. Yo, Hector, take it away, bro.
Bet. So the idea of this prompt, man, was it's a father made of plants, and
Yo,
he's
that's dope,
watering
bro.
his own son, man.
Yeah,
Getting
Hector, you
little
came up
bits.
with that on the fly, yo.
Yeah.
Yo,
Right
that
on
one
the
was on
fly.
point to conversation right there, bro.
And so I love the idea, man. Like, we are what we are, man, but we can turn them into something so much more. Just little love, little watering, and just getting them right. So I feel like this picture really speaks to that
Yep.
pretty well.
Nah, man, that junk just gave me a little bit of chills. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I like that
Hey,
picture, yo. Matter of fact, we could definitely make that one into a poster, bro. I'll take that. I'll put him up there
Yeah,
word.
right
yeah,
there
that
with my
was
tree of
dope,
life
man.
right there, man. I like that one, man. That's dope, yo.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels real
Yeah.
good. Yeah, man. So yeah, well, so it's cool too, because you guys, we've been working on the website for everybody out there. We've been working on a website to kind of get all this stuff together. Get our PC Your Mind store going. A place where you guys can come, maybe get some things that you managed to see and like up on here, and we're kind of developing it in the sense so that anytime we post a new picture out of our From Mind to Matter segment, we'll go ahead and make sure that we can get it up on the website as well. Um, and we're looking to have that put up on cups, on paintings, on tote bags, on shirts, notebooks, whatever, anything and everything. So stay
Hey,
tuned, y'all, because we are working on that, and hopefully we can get that taken care of sooner than later, so you guys can, just kind of show some support and some love in your own ways.
yeah, man.
So,
You know what? I want to take it a step further. I mean, we far from again. The site ain't even up, and once we get there, we'll cross some bridges. But I would love to even be able to get some photos customized based off of your thoughts, because this is piece of your mind. You
mhm.
know what I mean? We could put some quotes up there based on your thoughts, because this is piece of your mind. You know what I
Yep.
mean? We'll walk you through the process. Talk to Mid Journey for you. Hopefully, get something just like this printed out and on purpose to whatever is on your mind, and
Mhm.
put it up there. Put it on your favorite shirt, your favorite candle, your favorite whatever. You know what I mean? To keep you inspired, to keep you affirmated. Like this is what this for. I want this. I want our pieces to move somebody. Like when I pick up this, I feel some type of way when I pick up this cup, and this just got a smiley face on it. You know what I mean? This has
Yep.
got a smiley face on it. And a customer gave me this, by the way, Hector. Man, this was my tip, and I
Yeah.
don't know, it became
Oh,
my favorite cup.
I love it.
She's like, "Oh, you like that cup? You can keep it." I'm like, "All right, cup for a tip."
Yeah, hey, love it, man. Yeah, I like how you said that, man. Like, you're keep you affirmed. Like, yeah, that's the whole point, man. Because we show up every week, y'all, and we give updates, and we just kind of affirm ourselves and one another. And so, yeah, that website is to kind of do that as well. Let people, hey, this is a place where you belong. If you're here watching it, you belong here. You're up here with us, man. You're part of the family, part of the crew, kind of shit. Um, so yeah, like I said, stay tuned, because when that's launched and ready, man, it'll be one of those things that we don't have to worry about anymore, just kind of maintenance and all. But the fact that we're building it, we're getting it out there is it's a fun experience. Again, I'm all for the experiences, man, and this is one of them. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be nice to have all those things up there, because this is episode what 40 43 or something now. We've been
yeah,
doing this.
43, 44.
Yeah, we've been doing our Mid Journey segment for what 30 32 episodes or something like that.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah, we got quite a catalog already for sure.
Word, man. 40 episodes deep. We deep,
Yep.
man.
We rounding out to that year mark soon, man. I'm excited for that too. We gonna have to do something big, y'all. Think of some cool shit to do for the 1 year mark.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Well,
Nah, for sure. We definitely do.
oh yeah.
Yo, you know what? I had a really intriguing conversation with my uncle, my lady's uncle, my uncle-in-law. What I'm gonna just call him my uncle. And yo, the conversation went left and it went right. Like, you know what I mean? It went real left and went real right, right? So we was talking about like the new norms here, like, you know what I mean? We were talking about he was talking about like how like Spanish has became a second language, and he was also touching on like how he felt like, I guess, up north used to be like full of black people and white people kind of thing, and now it's like he felt like it's full of Hispanics now or whatever. And when he said that, I'm like, you know what? When I was a kid, I kind of felt like, something like this was gonna happen, right? Like, you know what I mean? There was so many of them. There was so many, so many people migrating to Connecticut. I was like,
Mhm.
yo, like, I'm not really surprised to see that Spanish is now our second language. Like, and I actually think it's kind of dope. I'm like, yo, these people come from from the stories I've heard, I've never been, I never been to these wherever these people are from in Mexico, but the stories I hear, they come here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They come here to find a new life, and these guys had a plan, they had a strategy, and they created that new life. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know some people like to complain, well, oh, now some jobs you got to be bilingual. So, like, yo, if they push for it, what's the problem? I don't see what the problem is. You know what I mean?
Right.
If people put their minds together, you can make amazing things happen. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see more of that. You know what I mean? I want to see more of that with our people. You know what I mean? I feel like our people been here too long. Like, at this point, we can't even call it. Can we call ourselves any type of immigrants? No, we've been here too long. So why haven't we gotten together and built something, more? You know what I'm saying? And I can't even say that because I've heard about families coming together and buying whole cities and stuff like that. So, like, I feel like we're in amazing times, yo. We are in amazing times. And he another thing he was talking about was the fact that, like, okay, and this to me, this told like a generational story now, because he was telling the story to another person that we was there. She was a little younger than me, and he was saying that he loves how outspoken the next generation is, and we know they're outspoken, right?
Oh yeah.
There's some outspoken individuals, and unfortunately, because, well, anyway, wait, he was talking about how he loved that about them, right? And he was also talking about, and what he was used to and how it was when he was in his 20s. You know what I mean? Where they had to kind of learn how to like take some shit and just keep their mouth shut. You get what I'm saying? So to see them like so like open, like just open about speaking, he loves it. You know what I mean? And then it made me think about the in between now and in that sandwich. And that would have been us. Heck, that would be our
Yeah.
generation, right? Because it's it's like, I know one of the things it seemed like with our generation is we encourage our kids to talk. We understand the old ways because they taught us. You know what I mean? We understand it way better than these kids. You know what I mean? You know, we call something beautiful and something crazy at the same time. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like, our parents gave us an opportunity to do a little bit of talking with certain guidelines, like, hey, watch your mouth, okay? Remember who you talking to. Do what I say, don't not what I do. You know what
Right.
I mean? We had to deal with that, but then we kind of loosened up a little bit more and gave them more opportunities and freedom to speak. You know what I mean? And just as bad as it is with the ones that overtalk to the point where all they do is complain. That's all. That's all some of these kids do is complain. Those, but that's the worst of them. If you watch the best of them, yo, these little people are. I mean, I'm talking to like I was talking to some dude that was like 20, man. I swear this dude would have been like, felt like I was talking to a 40-year-old dude or something. Yo, I'm like, yo, how is he so ahead of his time? What is going on here? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But it's a beautiful thing. Like, so the ones that I like the ones that disaffected like positively, I like it. I like seeing it. It's a beautiful
Mm.
thing, man. You know what I mean? And I just hope to like maybe even catch the ones up that talk too much and could use a little bit of shutting up and letting them know, like, yo, there's power in it. There is power in listening, yo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I seen a post the other day. It showed water being poured on a brick and water being poured on a sponge.
Mm.
Which one is your mind? Are you absorbing? Are you absorbing the goodness or not? You know what I mean? You got to have the mind of a sponge. You know what I mean? So all that talking sometimes put you in this brick mentality. You don't hear nothing. You came to your own conclusions. You can't. You already decided this is what it is, and everything else ain't the truth. Like, it's hard to have a conversation. It's not even a conversation when you're talking to somebody like that. You know what I mean? That's definitely
Yeah.
more like I wouldn't even say a healthy argument. It's just an argument. You know what I mean? If you continue to go on with them. But
Right.
when you can hear somebody out and even acknowledge, like, maybe I might be wrong, or maybe they just have a different perspective and they're coming from a different place. You know what I mean? A lot of times a woman's perspective is going to be different than a man's perspective on a lot of things. That's just how it is. We're two different people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And
I don't know. I want to help make sure I get some of these kids to understand and be more like a sponge, man. And I want to be like that plant, the plant father you just showed with his plant kids.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like I'm gonna, heck, I'm gonna do what you're doing, like coaching, because, yo, okay, yeah, my kids were blessed. You know what I mean? I was here, but I also hear my son tell me stories about some of his friends who, like, okay, their father's in jail, or And they talk about them. You know what I mean? Like their father
Yep.
wasn't around or whatever. And I mean, yo, that makes me a little sad, yo, because again, yo, they were born into this life. You brought them here. You brought them here. You gonna drop them off in Call of Duty and then leave them there? Like what is that? You know what I'm saying? So like I wanna yo, I know I can't give everybody, child all my time. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things to do. But yo, if I can donate some of my time and energy, in which I'm planning to do this summer at the
Mm-hmm.
park, that then yo, if I could, yo, you never know. Yo, we think little moves we make is not impactful, but kids remember that. You know what I'm saying? A kid could live in a wild house home. They could live in the wildest house home, and the norm to them is seeing their mom get punched in the face or something. You know what I mean? But they go visit a friend's house and then just being, even if they visit one time, two times, like they don't forget that shit, yo. Be like, yo, it's so serene over there, yo. It felt so good over there. Like, you know what I mean? It's a one-time experience. Take your kids on a trip. Yo, I know there's kids that only been in one state their whole life, one city their whole life. So even when we get into our 20s and 30s, we stick around right where we know. But there's power in just taking, you take, I went to Dominica one time, bro, and that was life changing for me. It was life changing. You know what I mean? And then after that, it was just like every little trip we took was something. It was something I pulled from it. Not to say my parents was rich and they took us on trips all the time and could bring us everywhere, but we got to experience a little bit, and that was magical, bro. It was magical enough. So I want to start putting out even just a little, pouring out a little more. I got more. I got water for more than just my kids, man. I want to start pouring out a little more out here, and hopefully I can turn some of these bricks into sponges, man. That's the
I
goal
like
here,
that.
man. To teach them a
I
little
like
bit
that.
about fitness and health, taking care of yourself.
Yeah, we're mid March, Frank. So we're gonna work on that. We're gonna make that a thing, bro. Cause um, with this whole coaching thing, I just went and fucking did it, bro. I just felt like I could do it. I tried it. I know I could do it. I'm continuing to do it. And I like it. So yeah, this whole fitness thing, man. You've been talking about this with me for a little while now. So yeah, we're gonna make that happen, bro. And even if it
Yeah.
starts off small, it's gonna start. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna we're gonna do that shit, bro. Because that's exciting to me too, man. Just knowing who you are, knowing how you've raised Jahir and how you've raised Dylan, like knowing that you yourself are an explorer and you promote and encourage that for your children to kind of be capable of doing that for themselves, man. That's yeah. If we can give that to somebody else, why not? Why the hell not? So
Yeah.
I'm with it. I'm with
Yeah,
it.
I'm
I'm
with it,
definitely
man.
down to help too. You know, when you started, I'm definitely down to help. Uh, either with my presence or with with some ideas. I could share. What was successful for me, or
Mm-hmm.
things that I've implemented or tried that they may be able to benefit from. So
Yep.
I'll definitely be happy to do that too. Or, even if I have to be a
B,
mentor to some of these kids.
B, you don't, you
I
don't,
wouldn't mind having
B,
a mentee. You feel me?
you don't even know what just happened, B. You opened up your mouth and my mind went shh, ideas, bro. Like Brian coming on with me. Oh yeah, we could talk about this. I could picture going this way with it. We could talk about the
Yeah.
battles Brian had with fitness. We could talk about the battles I had with fitness because you know what? I'm pretty sure I only want like a handful of kids, five, no more than like seven kids because I don't want to deal with too much. But
Mhm.
the thing is like, yo, we're gonna have a diverse pool of kids, man. We might have kids that battle with their weight a little more, and then we might have kids that like they battle with gaining weight. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you got to treat them different. You probably got to teach them different workouts depending on
Mhm.
their goals. So to have another male perspective who does worry about and tend to their health and worry about themselves. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, you can join me. Okay. I wish Hector was in Connecticut. He could come join me too.
Listen, I'll be there, bro. Shit, all over it. Yeah, no, that's an
That's gonna be fun.
exciting thing
Now,
to have, man. Yeah, like it, y'all. The community needs that kind of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You're donating your time, your knowledge, and a lot of your willingness, man, to make an impact. And again, Frank, we talked about core values, so that's impactful. Like having a man just be willing to share his knowledge of health and fitness and mental health as well. while out there trying to make myself feel better, getting ready to enter into high schools. Yo, what? Are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah,
yes. Hell yeah, man.
yeah,
Like, yo, I can tell y'all, there are probably so many single moms that are hoping and wishing and praying for something like this to come up, because being single is tough, right? You can't put your kids in a whole lot of sports because you can't simply afford this shit. Rent is through the roof. You got to feed everybody in the house. So yeah, you know what? Oh my gosh, I could maybe have an hour to myself every Saturday morning and let my kid do something really good for free. Like, yo, that's gonna change a whole lot of shit, man. So
You know
that,
what? I might encourage
yo,
the parents to come. Hey, y'all come to Seaside Park. It's a very big park. Y'all go for a walk if y'all want to hang out. All right,
there
don't
you
disappear
go.
too far now. Okay,
Yeah,
come enjoy some of
yep,
this nice air. Come enjoy the view, man. It's not bad out there. Take your
that's
shoes
it.
off. Put it in the grass, man. That's good for you. That's what I
Yeah,
heard.
some
Might as
grounding,
well just
man.
try
That's it. You know,
it.
I love that shit, bro. Yeah, do that. We don't make that happen. We don't make it happen. It's
I'm excited.
it'll,
I'm
it'll be
excited.
here before we know it, bro. So yeah, we got
Yeah,
to
I'm
start
excited,
planning
man.
and getting it down now. I'm with it.
Okay. Yeah, we got 10 whole minutes left, man. Then I'm happy you guys let me share that generational story, because I really do see a story happening there, like how it unfolded. Like,
Mm.
to somebody out there, man, good things are happening. I know a lot of people like to focus on the negative, they like to focus on the bad, but when I think about the black story in America, you know what I mean? Like, even even with the nonsense I see going on, and yeah, some of it's real, some of it's not. Even with the nonsense I see going on, you can't really tell me like, yo, things is just as bad as back then. Like, a lot of people complain so much, they still, they go back in time, bro. Like, oh, they used to do this to us. Like, bro, you right here with me. Do what to you? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And it's like you hold on to that so much. You're holding on to the past. You're holding on to that so much. It's like it's gonna be hard to move forward. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to hear
Yeah.
this story from my uncle, it made me realize, like, yo, yeah, there is change that happened. He came from a time where African Americans had to, like, literally physically fight. There was physical things going on to them that was how you say it, suppressing who they are. But in this day and age, it's not the same. It's not as if it's any physicality, it's not as physical. It's now more of a mental and spiritual battle. You get what I'm saying? We are now fighting with what we don't know, but I also see a lot of people exploring. They're becoming business owners. We're getting more black millionaires out here from what I see. I don't know if you can believe everything on YouTube and on, but it seemed like it. You know what I mean? I hear a lot of, I even see I remember this guy, 19 Keys or whatever, like, and it almost looked like a freaking Maury style TV show. Like, they're sitting on stage and there's just a bunch of people asking like regular everyday questions, and they're giving them some real answers and stuff like that. That tell me there's a group of us out here trying to collectively grow, and there's people that's concerned about that. So life is what you pay attention to, man. I hear so many people complaining about what's going on when it comes to bad, but nobody talks about what's going on when it comes to good. And I see a lot of beautiful things going on, man. You guys need to change the channel. Y'all need to get away from those old networks y'all was dealing with, man. Turn the news off. They be lying. I don't care what nobody say. They be lying. Okay? Push narratives. So now, yo, you gotta explore for yourself, man. But I see a lot of beauty, man. Right, you look like you
Yeah, I
want to
was
say
just
something, B.
yeah. I was having a conversation with my boy the other day, and because we were talking about Juneteenth, right? And I
Mm.
was like, yeah, that wasn't even that long ago. So we looked it up. Like, Juneteenth, that's when like the last like slaves found out that they were actually free, which actually happened like a couple years after the Emancipation Proclamation. So they were late finding out.
Mm.
But yeah, 1865 in Texas, that's when they finally got the news delivered to them that they were now free men, right? And I was talking to him, I was like, "Yo, that's not even that long ago. 1865, like 1865, that's less than two. That's 100. It's like 140 years,
Yeah.
right?" I was like, "Think about it. We made a lot of progress in 140 years. We went from not having any type of freedom to fighting for civil rights. Now we have people like, some very affluent. We had a president, you know what I'm saying? Oprah's a billionaire. She's a woman and she's black. So like, we make some strides. 140 years, they've been here way longer than us. so the progress is being made. So,
Yeah, it's so crazy because I feel like one thing we need to recognize is like, yo, it's gonna be a battle for us because again, that whole process was like, it wasn't just a physical thing. Like it was, Brian, it took these dudes 4 years to realize that they were free, right? So you could imagine like everybody else is like free, probably walking around willy nilly. Like they still got this mentality, this certain mentality. Like this is what it is. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to lose mentality. Even in this day and age, they create a system. There's systems that's created for us that puts us on easy street. You get social, you get food stamps, you get you get Section 8, you get all this stuff that makes life a little easier. And then it's like, what? It's almost like you're that puts you in a mentality like, yo, why move? Like everything's cool, everything's comfortable right here. You know what I mean?
So it's definitely a double-edged sword because it's designed to help you, until you get on your feet. But then some people just kick their feet
like
up.
it there.
They just kick their feet up.
Yep.
And
They'd be like,
it makes
because in the back of their mind, it's like, okay, I start earning a little bit more money. I lose all this stuff. I'm going to have to pay for it all myself. And I'm going to feel like I'm in a worse position than I was before getting, this better paying job or whatever. Now I have to pay for healthcare. I was getting that for free. I don't benefit from food stamps anymore. It's like all this stuff, like after you're done paying your rent and your insurance and all that, you're going to feel pretty broke, right? So they feel like, oh, either I make these moves to improve myself or I could just do what I've been doing and, whatever little money I do make, I could just kind of enjoy it and not worry about anything else. And then a lot of people opt for that second option, unfortunately.
It's a mindset, man. Again, we're now in a more of a mental and a spiritual thing. You got to have the spirit to want to move and do better, and you have to learn something because this was not created by us. You know what I'm saying? We need to go learn some laws. We need to go learn some. I was just hearing some nonsense about like a black owned. My lady was telling me about it. Like I guess there was like this network of black owned, like black women who wanted to start like a grant for black women businesses, like specifically, and they shut them down. They was like, you can't do that. You can't. It got to be for everybody. You can't do that. And then another group, they was doing it for minority specific, and they told them they can't do that either. It's like, you know what I mean? So it's like it's these things that make you realize, like, yo, we're still playing on rules that was created freaking, I don't know, in times where they weren't in favor of us or what we're doing. They weren't in no favor of no minorities. You get what I'm saying? So now that's the mental part. That's the mental part that we're fighting now. You know what I mean? These laws, these rules, these things that's meant, put in place to oppress. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things we need to understand now, because it's not as much of a physical battle as it was before. And I mean, I'm hoping we don't go back there. You know what I'm saying? The physical part is just the willingness, just the willingness. We got to be wanting. We got to want to grow. We got to stop wanting to sit and complain about what's like. I don't know. We do a lot more complaining than taking action. Like what they're giving these people, what they're giving that people. Like, you know what I mean? Who's getting what? Like those are the things we sit and complain about. But if we take more action, if we move, things will happen. We don't need to wait for nobody. We don't need to wait for nobody to make it happen. If we collectively get together, we can make something. If a group of us want to get together and go start an LLC, tomorrow, when you start an LLC tomorrow, we all got a business. You guys are now all in business. It's that simple. It's that simple, but people don't realize that. People don't realize that. That's the mental part. And then some people just don't care to do it. That's the spiritual part. We gotta be willing to make some moves, man. We gotta want it. We gotta be able to make some moves, man.
I like it. No, that's real.
Actually, wanted
That's
to
part
spin
of
the
our
wheel,
own
man.
journey.
Huh?
I said that's part of our own journey right here, right now, ain't
Yeah,
it?
man. Yeah, man. We
Yeah,
making moves, yo. I
what's
wanted to
up?
spin that wheel today, man, but we ran out of time. I was running my mouth too much, man.
No, it's all right. Maybe definitely this coming this next episode we'll go ahead and do that. And maybe we
Yeah,
could even
yeah.
fill it up with more, man. You know, we picked a bunch of topics off of there. And
I
there's
haven't been on
there's
Reddit
like
for a little minute neither, too. I
yeah,
gotta get up there and find
same.
something interesting.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know, this next episode I'm looking forward to it too, because then we'll be able to kind of go in depth what I covered over at the coaches meeting and share that experience. Maybe give you some experience with it all too, Frank, getting ready, to set up what you're getting ready to do. So hear from the minds of others who've already collected and gathered to show and teach children, a thing or two. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking to pull that from not only for myself but you as well, bro. Like I'm
Hey, man, I
really
look
looking
forward
forward
to
to
it,
that.
man.
Oh
You're
yeah,
a whole inspiration for me now, heck, man, with the coaching
I
thing, bro. So
appreciate
I
it.
look forward to it, man.
I'm inspiring myself, bro. I just keep telling myself I can do it, and I haven't stopped yet.
You can
So
do it. Mhm.
shit. All right, but y'all, I'll get us up out of here, man, fellas. That hour, always, man, just dope, quick, good shit. So for all y'all that came through and let us borrow some time, we'll see you next week on PC of Mind. Much love.